Hi, I'm going to show you how to use Handlebill, a tool designed specifically for CJA attorneys to track time, manage cases, send automatic SMS reminders, and upload your hours directly to eVoucher in seconds. So let's get started. You will go to CJAEvoucher.com. On top, you will see My Account. Click here. At Handlebill, you don't need to remember any passwords. Instead, you will simply enter your email address, get a verification code, and you're in. Once here, you will click Open Handlebill. It will take you to all of your cases that you're currently working on, whether active or closed cases. You can search all of your cases, you can change the label, whether they're a CJA or a private case, and of course you can close the case. You can always reopen any cases by clicking Close and we'll bring it back up. Here you will also see how many hours you worked on each case and whether you're getting to the statutory maximum. If you're new to Handlebill, the first thing you'll need to do is open your first case. So you will click New Case. Here you will enter the information about the case. All of this is optional. However, the more information you provide, the easier it is going to be for you to sort your cases later. You will select your role, whether you're a CJA attorney or a service provider, and the cap. And then you will click Create Case. Once a case is created, there are 4 different ways to add your hours. You can do it manually, although you can manually put in the service code. Handlebill can do it automatically. Once saved, you will see that Handlebill automatically figured out that reviewed 150 pages of discovery has the 16B obtaining and reviewing records code. This is the code that you've usually been putting in manually into eVoucher. Now it does it automatically. And later you will see that all of your hours will be uploaded to eVoucher in just seconds. The second way to add your hours is by speaking what you've done that day by clicking Voice. Or you can import your timesheet. If you've been taking your hours by writing them down or using Microsoft Word, Excel, or some other program, you can upload your hours by clicking here, click Upload or drag and drop. You can upload a JPEG, PNG, or PDF file. Or if you've been taking your hours by hand, you can take a photo of your notes. As long as your handwritten page has a date, description, and time, Handlebill will read those entries, sort them, and figure out the type. So let's do that now. Once you took a photo of your timesheet, you can add as many pages as you'd like, but at the end you will click Done, Go to Computer. Handlebill will then automatically read your handwritten timesheet, extract all the entries, sort them, assign a proper type or service code, and you will get all of the 2 pages in this example below. Once Handlebill extracts all the entries, review that Handlebill has correctly assigned the information. If something is troubling, there will be this code, the exclamation point, saying there might be some issue here. In this case, there is no issue, but go through it. For example, here it says split. I put the notes to myself that I split travel time with another case that day. But of course, Handlebill just gives me this warning saying, why did you put the word split? And if you need it. Same with the mileage. But if you've noticed, it correctly identified that travel time is in fact travel time versus the mileage, the 220 miles, is travel miles. Those will be expenses later. Once you reviewed all of the entries, you will click Add All Entries. Now they've been added below. You can see the type. You can see all the proper service codes. If this is an expense, it will be in red. And the 4th way to add your hours is of course by clicking Start Timer. If you're working in the office, you can add the hours that way. Once your voucher is complete, you will click here below Service CSV and save it to your computer. You will then do the same thing for expenses. Now you're ready to upload your hours to eVoucher, so go there. This page should be familiar to you. This is the individual page of this particular case. On top, you will see the basic information, services, expenses, claim status, documents, and confirmation page. All of the familiar 6 tabs are on top. You'll go on services, but rather than manually putting all of the information in, including the service type, all you have to do is look at the left, and under Actions, you will see the button Import Service Entries. Click here. Then it will open this on top, and you will see again there's a button said Import Service Entries. Click here again. Then select the file that you just saved. Unless you renamed it, the file should be saved as the case name, then underscore services, and then the period. With one click of a button, it will automatically upload all of your entries. You will see that it has in fact uploaded 4 pages for this particular case. So what used to take you an hour or half an hour or so to enter, now it has done it with one click of a button. Now that you're ready to enter your expenses, you will click the Expenses tab, but eVoucher does not allow you to enter your expenses with one click of a button. But don't worry, we took care of that. If you download our free panel time extension, you will click on the extension above. If you're using Chrome, you will then see this notice that for attorneys, do not use this extension to import your service entries. Of course, you just did that with one click of a button, so no need to use this extension. You will then click the Expenses tab, click the Load Panel Time CSV, and you will then select the file that you've saved, but expenses this time. And then you will start filling. Panel Time extension will automatically add all of your expenses. You will then complete the claim status, documents, and confirmation, and you're done. Now let's go back to Handlebill and take a look at some of the other features. So we're back to this particular case. You can see, of course, that if you go back, you see all the hours that you've worked on it so far here on top. If you've submitted your bill to eVoucher, you might want to close this case. Again, you can always reopen this particular case. If you do quarterly billing in your district, you can always click New Billing Period, and it will close this period, and you can start over, and it will save this file at Handlebill, so you can always go back to it and work on it again. You can close and reopen billing periods anytime you'd like. On each case on the left here, you will see that there's expenses, court dates, notifications, and templates. For expenses, you're able to upload photos of all of your receipts. CJA requires expenses over $50 to be documented with a receipt. You might want to save it here at Handlebill. Under court dates, you can add any upcoming hearings on a particular case. For example, we can say that this individual has an arraignment on September 30th, 2026 at 9 a.m. Most of the federal courts will be listed here and auto-populated. But if you're working on a private case, or if a particular courthouse is not available, you can always manually add it. You can enter the courtroom, the judge's information. Once you've added a date, you can always add it to your own Google or Apple Outlook calendar, and then you can go to notifications. Here, you can add anybody that you would like to be notified ahead of the hearing. And you add this contact. You can, of course, add yourself. Once the person is added, you can then select when you would like the SMS notification to be sent. 1 week, 3 days, or 1 day prior to the hearing. And you can always click Send Reminder Now, and it will send it at that particular moment. On top, you can go to Calendars, and you will see how many hours you worked on each case, and it will give you a warning if you worked more than 10 hours on any particular day. It will also give you the same warning when you're adding hours to a particular case that day. You can switch your calendar to court dates, and you will see what's coming up. If you remember, we added that there's an arraignment for Jane Lowe and Robert Court on September 30th, so you'll see it here. Below, you will see all the upcoming hearings. You can sort the hearings here on top and add the hearings, whether on a particular case or hear directly from the calendar. If you go to analytics, you will see how much you've worked this month, last 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, or a custom date. It will give you some of the interesting information about your billing practice, how many hours you worked on a particular case, and percentages, what are your daily earnings, weekly or monthly. I hope this was helpful. To get started, go to CJA eVoucher.com and start your free trial. No credit card required. Thanks for watching. We're always happy to set up a personal walkthrough or a webinar for your entire district panel. Go to CJA eVoucher.com, click Handlebill. You will see all of the features that we currently have for Handlebill, the examples of how text messages appear for your clients, and you can start your free trial here on top. Thanks for watching.